Eric and I are back at the shack. I want to get right into it. You can see why I got you out here because, I mean, look at this potential, man. You know, what you see on the floor there, from the seat to the transaxle, the idea is it's pure sculpture. What is it?
This is why I'm here?
100%, you know, just a raw...
So we came all this way to go, yeah, you're on the right track, continue.
Well, almost.
It's just meat and motor.
The hot rod formula. What we have here are the basic building blocks for a trike. A Volkswagen engine, transaxle, and pretty much wide open space for anything else. You know, like the Ed Roth thing with the seat right up there, the engine behind, and then it's just expression after that. I don't want to build anything that we've seen before. No holds barred, dude.
Oh my God, look at the blank space that we get to work with. It's just this blank canvas that we get to do whatever we want. We got cool elements, and that's it. Anything goes. There's no rules, especially in Ian's shop.
This is a freak sculpture abstract thing. It's like the peanut butter and chocolate scenario.
Oh God, yes. When they look at it like, what is it?
Exactly.
Hello? That's the stuff, man.
Eric is my brother from another mother. There's no lengthy discussion or debate needed. Eric comes from the same crazy brain place that I do, you know? He gets me. That's why we're collaborating. We're gonna narrow the whole rear end 18 inches. This thing wouldn't even fit through the doorway if you just bolted
So it's gonna be
these.
sketchy too?
That's what I'm
Oh
saying.
my God.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God, perfect.
100%.
Perfect.
So this is all just scrapyard parts. I collected pretty much everything we need for it. This is where the dream began. Look at that. That's our mission.
Oh, that is art. Look
Yeah.
at that.
My friend Marty, he's a great machinist. He took the stock VW axle and he narrowed it. He shortened it 9 inches. So with narrowing this rear end, these tires will be on the valve cover right about here.
I am completely 100% into this. This is gonna exist, man.
That's exactly right. This thing's gonna be far out, man.
The only thing I recommend is one subtle.
Oh, I'm with you. Yes, I'd go even 3 steps further. Here, take a seat, man.
Perfect. I'm liking it. Feeling good. Feeling good. Feel right.
Oh, look at this. This is good.
Yeah.
I think I'm setting up the game pretty good here. This is the beginning of that monster mobile I've been envisioning. I like it.
I take so many pictures. I'm on somebody else's phone taking pictures.
Yeah, I'm seeing lines coming off of those shock towers. You know, like on a Baja Bug, they'll run the cage back.
Yeah.
Well, what if we ran the chassis forward from above, like up here by the shock towers? But the chassis is different. It's like, it's above your head.
Oh my God, yes.
So like when you get in, you just like hold on and drop in and there's nothing there except foot pegs. It's all over you. It's all up here.
Perfect, yeah. do the front end off the top of it. It's up over your head.
It's like a backwards frame up in here down to the tires.
Love it. Perfect.
That could work. Every project needs a big jumping off point, you know, that puts it down that weird, windy road to success. One of the things I do all the time with fabrication is the flip it upside down trick, right? So it's like, what if we took the entire concept of a motorcycle and flipped it upside down?
I was hoping that Ian was gonna just bring it and just dive into this weird dimension and just see what comes of it. And when he pitched me that idea, I'm like, dude, I am so in.
One thing I'm sure of is this world needs more big-wheeled freak show circus rides. Nothing to it but to do it. I told you I got the hookup, man. In order for Eric and I to get this project in motion, we took a ride to the big city to get some supplies. These hoops are straight out of Compton, man. A&M metal forming. I love it. 2-inch tube, 1/4-inch wall on edge.
Diamond. Chicks dig diamonds.
So let's split one and see what we got. Just experimenting on my own, I was messing around with my tubing bender and I put square tubing in the round tube die and I was like, whoa, it looks like a diamond. But something this massive, 2-inch square 1/4 wall, I needed some special equipment. The guys down there, South Central, they handled it.
Oh, come on.
Like these join, right? Blink. Up, 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 up. Yeah, dude, right there. Let's hang those from the ceiling.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Just that little bit.
Let me see your arms. Other way. Oh, God. Yeah, this one. What do you think of that? Lightning bolt. Bang, 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 bang. Lightning bolt. It's your toy.
Ooh.
Lightning.
Oh yeah, no, just like we're cutting these, we slash cut the pipe and it rises out, down,
Yep.
and back.
Bang, bang, bang. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling that. Pretty much everything I've envisioned is on the bike thing right now, so might be time to bring out that sketch pad and really explore some ideas without having to bend a lot of heavy metal. That's our flow, like boom, right from the axle and torsion housing and down. Would it be a smile or would it be an expression of terror? There you go.
The lightning bolt tattoos for Ian are kind of like when he's working on things, it's just lightning, it's electricity going from his brain down his arms, into his hands, and into his hands is the electricity and the creative spark to like create these things that not a lot of people can. You know, if we can incorporate that into his trike, why wouldn't we?
Here, you hold that for a second.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take a look. Ooh. Looks like a football mascot or something. Did we just build that hedgehog, you know?
Yeah.
Look at this. It's gotta go down the back.
Yeah, it's got to go down in the back a lot.
Three-dimensional reality is pretty much everything to me. On paper, it's like, oh, heck yeah. You put that thing up on the bike at our first try, and we're like, ooh, maybe not.
What if we took this and brought it forward?
Oh, make this shorter.
Yeah. I'm not feeling this going out here because I think it takes away from this.
I see what you're saying, so that this looks like it's landing on this surface.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to close these again, make this radius even tighter.
Okay.
Maybe we put that up here. Yeah. And then it goes down right into like this of the forks.
This is the fork. Yeah.
See, that's a monster movie. That thing is coming for you.
There.
And
Thank
then the
you.
forks go whoop.
Oh, I like that. We kind of moved the bolt around a couple times on the trike because in the back it just wasn't fitting. As soon as that got put up there, this thing said straight out without saying a word, "Finish me now." And cool.
The mock-up process prevails. You know, we started off a little over here, a little over there, found a place where it was agreeable, and man, standing back on it, I gotta say, that's savory. There it is. Yes. It's totally stupid. It's awesome. Right now, you got your droop coming off of that tube. That's getting cut. The
Yeah.
line is gonna flow right down wherever those front tires land. It's like it comes out of the forks, whoosh, into the engine. You know, flying by the seat of your pants, sometimes it works out. And that's exactly where we're at. But there's still a few unsolved issues with how this front end's actually gonna come together.
Knock, knock.
Hey,
Morning.
hey. I could not sleep, dude. I had to get this built. I had an idea.
Groovy. That's how they happen.
My buddy Marty, the machinist that did the axles, he also took these VW Bug spindles, put them in his lathe and drilled it for a straight Harley axle. So the motorcycle rims bolt to the Volkswagen Bug spindles.
Okay.
And it'll steer like a go-kart, super basic.
Oh, that's badass.
So instead of motorcycle forks,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because
No, these are the chassis.
Yeah. I think that's way better of an idea, man, honestly, because just safer, better, gooder.
Yeah, you know, I want the tires to be in a V like that in the front. It just looks weird. I've seen a couple things from the 70s that use that style. I was like close together at the bottom and, you know, wider at the top. I have no idea if this concept's gonna work. When you put something on the road that's got two tires assembled in this fashion, it could all go wrong. Is it gonna steer? Is it gonna wobble? Is it gonna track weird? So that's kind of where I'm at. I think we should build that chassis straight down. That's perfect, see? That's what we're looking for. Good. That's curving.
Oh, he makes this look way easier. What did I sign up for?
That's a curved noodle. You look great. That's it, dude.
Thanks.
Here, I'll hold it. Check it out.
Oh, come on. Forget it, man.
Right?
It shouldn't be able to function, but it's so right there.
Well, don't get ahead of yourself. It might not function.
Well, it may not function at all, but it looks really cool, so.
You know what this project needs? It's got a fever. We need more. First thing that needs to be set up is this front spindle action. That's where all the business happens. So I want to get that established, build the forks back to the chassis we have already. You know, the old front to back trick. We want these things to be V'd, right? And together pretty close at the bottom, like a, row crop tractor style thing, right? Right now, these spindles are parallel on my little stand, so they'll be standing like a car, right? But see, these are inclined. These are a reverse V. If we put these parallel, then all of a sudden, spindles are doing that.
Personally, I absolutely love that front end setup. It's just so trippy, and it takes a lot for me to be impressed. That impressed me.
Eric and I have a few things to nail down before he hits the trail and heads home. I was working on this seat mount tube. This is the last of those rolls, so we're gonna use all of it. This will attach to the torsion housing, hanging down. And then, depending on our angle, if we want to be sitting upright, we can leave it like this, or we can kind of play with it, right? We can be reclined. I mean, that's like super reclined, right? Figure out where we want to sit, and then make the braces across to mount the seat. I feel like we're really on a good path here, but there's a lot of in-betweens that haven't been figured out yet. So I tell Eric, got any wild ideas? Time to throw it out now.
Headlight bucket. I was
Looks
eating
like a
crackers.
goldfish.
Yeah, I was eating crackers at the time, okay? Don't judge me, all right? I can sheet metal around it. We can inset this, sheet metal around it, and just kind of get it down
so the
here.
rider is like in a little pod, like a carnival ride
that
or
way the
something.
headlight's not above or anything. It's
Foot
not
pegs,
forks or
headlight.
nothing. It's just there.
Eric is preaching to the choir here. You know how I love the circus freak show. Yeah, because if sometimes you see like a tall bike with the headlight on top and it looks like a cyclops, all weird.
I'm still in the notion that lower is better. Just low, 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 you know?
I'm open to whatever, dude. Make it happen.
Groovy.
Eric and I took a look at the seat and we debated the good, the bad, and the ugly before we fit it in place.
I like this. It's like you're in the mouth of a monster.
Yeah, I'll do the structure action on this, and I'm excited to see what you're doing with that goldfish.
Yeah, same here. No pain, no gain, buddy.
That works. It's kooky, but it works. The pod doesn't look like it's that far out either.
No.
I was having trouble because it looked like just too heavy, but those bars make it all, you're like in a little capsule. You're in the cockpit.
Yep.
I'm super stoked. So, I mean, we got a solid mock-up, man. There's a million things that need to be figured out, but this is the concept. It looks good.
Oh my God, look at that. What? What? Right about there, you start to get nervous.
A classy gent like Eric doesn't travel in any old way. He gets chauffeured by custom car royalty.
Oh man, baby, your ride is here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Lil Daddy himself, purveyor of the outlandish, maker of fine custom paints, and just the man we need for this part of the project.
I love this. Whoa, man.
This is needing the Roth seal of approval. Dennis's dad, Ed Roth, right? He's been the inspiration for Eric and I mean, our entire lives. Like, why the heck would you build these weird bubble top cars? Ed told us to do it.
Those wheels you have are insane. I love the whole look of this deal.
You know, he's so into this type of thing his entire life. Like, he was the kid in the shop building the cars with his dad, so to see him light up like he's a 10-year-old kid, you know you're onto something. Your dad's formula, VW engine,
Yeah.
narrowed swing axle trans, and then all the freak show ahead of that.
Big Daddy was always a big Volkswagen fan. When he had the patent on the Volkswagen trikes, I told Dad, why don't you go after guys that are going against our patent and stuff? And he goes, oh, I'm gonna wait till General Motors builds them. And I go, yeah, GM is not gonna make Volkswagen trikes, Dad.
But we are.
Yeah, exactly.
But we are.
Keep it alive.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Everything I've done since day one was the Roth inspiration, so
Yeah,
this is another one.
Yeah. Wow. This is a showstopper right here, baby. Waka, wapa, wah. Hey, what color are you gonna paint it, dude?
That's what you're here for, man. What do you got?
Oh, dude, what do I got?
He had color chips in his pocket, on hand, ready to go. His chip cards are like a Swiss Army knife to him.
Dennis has a whole line of spray can paint that's called spray bombs or rattle bombs. There's actual metal flake in spray cans.
It can be any color of the rainbow you want it, baby. I got it all right here. How about if I just go back to the factory and mix you something up, something really bitchin'?
Cool.
Perfect.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it'll be Ian's full custom color. Huh?
That works.
I'm gonna name it.
When Dennis said that he would mix up a custom blend for this vehicle, I was like, heck yeah, dude. Like, I'll put it in primer. You send the cans, it'll be a surprise.
Ian, it's been a dream, dude. See ya.
Good seeing you
Keep it
again,
easy.
man.
Eric really brought it, and that's why I needed his help. It's just time to refine it and get this thing done.
Back to Nashville, baby.
Eric's visit was a whirlwind of activity. You could see we got down to business. I didn't expect it to look like this at all, and I gotta say, I am stoked. One thing I'm thinking is I want to carry that momentum, the craziness. It needs some action behind the tires to complement what's happening ahead of the rider. I ordered all of these exhaust parts from Speedway. They have these mandrel bend kits. You can splice it anywhere. You got straight, you got 180, and you got 90 bend all in one part number. And then, of course, what cartoon creation would not be complete without the 24-inch megaphone? Should make plenty of noise. I went rummaging through my parts stash and I found some flanges from an old VW exhaust system, and that's where this story starts. I hate the backpack effect you get when you do this style VW, so I'm trying to tuck all the business as close to the tires as possible. I always loved the real old sand buggy style that came over the top of the center of the engine. So that's kind of like a aesthetic, proportional thing for me. All right, so this is where it starts to get complicated or interesting. We got 4 pipes. We want 8 outlets. Where do we split? What are we trying to achieve here? That's right, I said 8 outlets. Maybe asking yourself, why 8? I don't know. So the next 2, you want absolute nonsense? You've come to the right spot. Perhaps you're starting to figure out that I don't have things figured out before I start building. If not, stay tuned. I'm sure you'll be convinced shortly. Something about this bike is telling me minimal. I thought I was gonna go elaborate, like a bouquet, but even 4 right now is too much. Right, that's pretty deluxe. It's the age-old quandary, how many exhaust megaphones does the VW engine actually need? It's something that many great philosophers have considered, and now we find ourselves in the same situation. Quite frankly, Mr. Shankly, this is all it needs. Believe it or not, I do have a voice of reason in my head. It's just typically drowned out by all the other voices. There's 3 backbones on the trike. There's 3 sides to every story. I always say it, you know it when you see it. Just setting these 3 in place, that's the look. I'll make a collector 4 into 3. We got the tubes mocked up from the cylinder heads. We got the exhaust tips in place. The next thing is to just create a collector, something that brings it all together so the exhaust flows. Not too much, not too little. Somewhere in the middle. Once I got the exhaust in place, I was seeing a few things right away that needed to happen. Love the design Eric and I came up with, but I felt like it would look a little bit better tying in more with the engine on this rear backbone, the 3rd part. So I just dropped this back in a little bit more of a graceful arch. Ultimately, it'll be supported, triangulated. If you look at the old design, these arches, they're kind of falling ahead of the tire when the rear one came around. But now it's as if that rear one goes right into the axle line, which I feel is better. So I accomplished 2 things. I think it looks a little more graceful, and this cool spun aluminum tank can go right in there. Got this darling little unit from Speedway. So the main thing was Fits our space perfectly. So this thing looks like it should be flying down the salt flats into outer space. I feel like the gas tank didn't need a lot of flair, you know? For this, the chassis is the big element, so maybe we just getting something shiny just behind the seating position. It works. All right, with that buttoned up in the fuel tank, there's just one more crossbar for the seat to go on. It goes without saying, we don't want that seat coming off, so. I got an idea for the front of this. There's two things that are bugging me. One is this, and then this. Needs some improvement as well. This is all part of my standard procedure, you know, you put it together, thin it out, build, rinse, repeat until something emerges from the ashes. You're heading down the road, I mean, there could be piglets, chickens, crows. You never know, but it's all coming for you. Come on, world, give me some. Send that sand off the tires right into my face. The time has come to face the Pied Piper. If this thing doesn't steer, it's a no-go. It's time to make it happen. So these are VW spindles. Problem I was gonna have, these tires are independent, right? What are they doing? They're all over the place. So I made a tiny little tie rod. You go right in here, just like on your car. So you want to turn right? Both tires turn right. You want to turn left? Both tires turn left. From way over there, how do you get those tires to do what you want, right? Just as an experiment, I had these two cables, and you know, they're control cables, right? They're about 90 inches long, and it will push-pull through any type of shape, a pretzel shape, anything. This will follow the graceful curve of that chassis. So if my theory is correct, the handlebars will be very much like a motorcycle in that they will turn like this, pushing and pulling these cables independently. This is all part of the grand experiment. So that's gonna pass through there. I set up this little landing point here, just temporary, see if it's gonna work out. And you can see how undersized this hardware is. But this is what I'm working with right now. If the theory works, order two cables that are rated for this type of activity. Just for mock-up, one of my favorite tools in the arsenal, the old zip tie. Now I can put two tabs up here to secure this. It appears to work. Hey, I'm just as surprised as anyone, but as a wise man once said, we ain't out of the woods yet. I curved these tubes, just like the rest of the tubes on the bike, a little more arch in it. This design is all just from a long experience in parts gathering, you know, using what you got. Hey, I had this cool fitting from a piece of a 4-link suspension, fits the bill. I keep going back to this kind of chopper flavor, right? Just stripped down. I just got a thing for that wheelie popping bikers from outer space vibe, you know? Space pirates. It's a novel I'm currently working on, and this will be one of the main characters' rides, yes. Wheelie popping bikers from outer space. It's where the cable snaps. Or maybe it doesn't. Oh, Magoo, you've done it again. I don't mean to seem alarmed, but it's getting really close to a test drive. This is what I was looking for, you know? It's not what I expected in the beginning, but man, I am satisfied. It's exactly where we need to be. Steering theory is proven. I got a couple little things to wrap up, and you know, the great unknown is what's it gonna do out on the road? Paint it, drive it. All right, got this thing out to the UFO testing grounds. It is wired up, it is fired up. It's time to give it the shakedown run. All I could say is, let's roll the dice. This is one heck of a journey, you know, it's just an idea, some kind of fantasy concept, more art than transportation, and to see it 3D right in front of me, I'm stoked. It's got a brake, the master cylinder under the seat here, the clutch, your typical Volkswagen cable clutch, Shifter comes out of the side, kind of like an old jockey shift. Had no room for a speedometer, so I installed these tassels. Lets you know exactly how fast you're going. It looks fast sitting still. Look at that thing, it's already in motion. With this machine, I will be the envy of any playground in the world. My favorite thing about it is the stance. You got your cartoon mega wide tires in the back. You got some weird thing going on with the front tires. Totally 70s, right? And then the fact that there's no motorcycle frame between your legs. It's like over there. Yes. Blue Demon. That's its name. Like some of the great luchadors from the past. This is something a super villain would drive. What more do you need? It looks impossible. I think mission accomplished there. But is it possible? It's time to drive it. It's alive! It's alive! This could be my last proverbial ride. So here we go. Fires right up. Get that thing into gear, let out the clutch, and Eric and I chose to make the rider position super cramped up, like a thoroughbred jockey, right? This guy is tucked in there. He's going someplace, and he's just fully compact. This is why I fell in love with hot rods, with choppers, that type of thing. It's just like, whoa, you're out there. You got this rowdy machine, and you're hurtling through space. It's freedom, baby. It's wide open. My big concern from the start was that cable steering. Those cables I just had laying here, they steer fine. Takes huge, wide U-turns, but it works. I could see going through the drive-thru. Grab a burger. I don't know where you'd put it. There's no cup holder, that type of thing, but you know, really be an attention getter. I'm over here at my friend Kai's house. Kai hasn't told me much about this project, but I know he's always collecting. He's buying and selling bikes all the time, so I'm sure it's gonna be something cool.
Well, you know my 58 Sportster? Had it for years.
A little worse for wear. What's going on with this thing?
Well, I got it a long time ago. I had the bike for about 20 years almost, I think. It's a 58 Sportster. I tried to restore it at some point and got to a certain degree and then finally gave up because I ran out of A, money, and B, time.
You're not even gonna ride this, who are we kidding?
I'll ride it.
You ain't going nowhere.
I'll take it to a bike show, how's that?
I see what you're riding. Look at that thing. You're outed.
Well, that's not mine, that's a test bike. I've been with Easy Riders or Paisano Publications for going on 30 years. As an editor, as a writer, as a photographer. It's all about motorcycles. I get to ride brand new bikes almost every day. That's an Electroglide. It's got GPS, AM, FM, the Weather Channel, and it's
The Weather Channel.
everything you want.
I don't think this has GPS.
No,
Or an AM, FM stereo.
and I wouldn't want it to.
Yes, right. That's what it's all about, 1958.
Yeah.
The cool factor with this Sportster is it's legit. Any part of the world, this thing is like world-class, old-school Harley-Davidson. So obviously it's been changed to a hardtail. That's pretty much what you're looking to do. Just simple, slick, bar hopper style.
just really just something very simple.
Looks just like a lot of the other projects I get involved with. It's just a pile of parts.
Well, that's
Yes.
why you're the man for this
Yeah,
project.
there's more here this time than the last one. So do you have anything else for it?
There's some parts in the corner there.
Kai knows what motorcycles are made of, and he's made a point to collect a bunch of stuff. He's got like 3 or 4 different carburetors. Looks like a bunch of different years. He's got a seat. He's got a few other things, but I think this is gonna be more of a custom bike than a restoration.
I just don't want a whole bunch of junk on my bike that he finds wherever, you know. I just wanted as period correct as possible.
This is cool. It looks like that engine is definitely seen some love.
Well, when I originally got the bike, it was a runner. And so after sitting around for a long time, I wasn't sure if the engine was gonna run again or not. Ian kicked it over, there was compression, so it's a good sign. So, what would you want for this?
I want that.
You want that?
Yeah. That.
You want that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Naturally, I'm entranced by this early Harley, but just over my shoulder, there's a police motorcycle. KZ1000, That's a hot rod.
I've never really ridden it. I've had it for a little while.
Apparently Kai got this in a trade or something. I guess his buddy picked up a few of them at the auction. It's a typical scenario. These police bikes get decommissioned after a certain mileage, and somehow Kai ended up with one. This is a KZ1000. Did you ever see Road Warrior or Mad Max?
Yeah.
Well, that's what's going on underneath here.
Right. I'm just not a big Kawasaki guy, you know?
I'm not a big Kawasaki guy either, but look at that engine.
When Ian said that he was also interested in the Kawasaki, I was a little surprised. I didn't think Ian would even want it. For me, I appreciate the aesthetics of a Harley.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
there isn't
right.
much aesthetics going on here.
No? What do you mean? You got a utility box? It's almost like your Harley. You got two on the side, one in the back.
Okay.
You've got the Harley mentality. This police motorcycle isn't in your interest at all. And I'm thinking, this thing's got potential. I could get to work on this. This thing's groovy. It runs, though?
Yeah. Start her up.
It starts right up.
Yeah.
Well, it almost starts right up. Sounds good.
I don't really know what he's gonna do with it, but I mean, yeah, if anybody can do something with it, it certainly would be Ian.
I'll even give you back all the baggage. You could put it on your other bike so it looks like the one you drive every day, huh? I'll give you those back.
Yeah, you want it?
I see this thing as a stripped-down race bike. This thing is cool.
Well, I'll tell you what. You built that Sportster, you can keep that.
I'll do that.
I'll
It's a
trade
deal.
you for labor.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I'm all about getting Kai's project together for sure, but now I have something to work on too. I want to get both of these back to the shop and get to it. Got both of these bikes back to the shop, and I just wanted to be sure that this thing Kai gave me was a runner. I'm all about this deal we made, but I want to be sure it's a driving motorcycle. I figure if it doesn't detonate in the first 1 minute of torture, it's a keeper, so this is the test. You never know what you're getting into, and I just want to confirm my suspicions. This bike is a rocket ship. You gotta get all this extra stuff off of it. First order of business is to pull off all of this bodywork. All I was interested in this bike was the mechanical capacity, and it's a runner. Everything else is gone. My idea for this bike is to create a new fairing and a couple little body panels. I don't want it to be like a stripped down Street Fighter outlaw looking thing. I want it to look more like a cafe racer. Pure potential. This bike wasn't something that I've dreamed of building for a long time. It was basically thrown in my lap. So I'm leaving this open to artistic inspiration. You know, whatever comes out. I'm not sure what it's gonna be. Bug-eyed, I like that already. Kai's bike is a definite. It's gonna be a really mellow, old school bobber. This Kawasaki is like my artistic release on this whole event. I like the loose stuff, you know? This thing is nothing but potential. It could get crazy. I want to create a new front fairing, so I'm creating a metal structure that I can fiberglass later. I'm not sure how this thing's gonna end up, what the final shape will be, but I know I've got to hold some material in space somehow. Aha!
Ian,
Cue the applause.
your guard
Howdy.
dog here.
Kai walks in, and it's like a beeline straight to his bike.
Oh, there it is. Wow, look at it. Wow, it looks nice, man.
Yeah, it's getting close.
To see the bike sitting there on his workbench, I mean, it looks great. You know, it actually looks like a bike at this point. You know, there's still a lot missing, but you can see what it's gonna be.
Kai's looking the bike over, you know, it looks a little different than he saw it last, and the first thing his eyes go to is that oil tank. I'm just sitting back waiting for the response.
I really like the oil tank, man. This looks really cool.
Kai's first reaction was that I went to a swap meet and picked up an old chopper oil tank or something. But upon more developed conversation, it's a little canister that holds a water filter for like a
Okay.
purification system. He was slowly eased into the fact that I took some junk water filters and welded them together.
It's kind of weird because I told him I didn't want any junk on my bike, and then he basically put junk on my bike. But I gotta admit, I mean, he did a good job. It looks great. Check this out. This is
That's
cool.
your little filler. I'll polish that so it's just aluminum color.
Yeah. Knowing Ian, I kind of figured he'd come up with something like that. Damn, looks good.
Kai's bike is missing a number of parts. This is the basket case you heard about. So we're just going through all parts list, just figuring out what he's gonna have to get and what I can make.
We're going over my bike and talking about different things that are still needed. I sort of glanced around to the other side and there was his Kawasaki standing there and I just kind of thought, what the heck? It doesn't look anything like I remember it. I barely recognized it. It was completely stripped down and he had some weird stuff around it and it didn't even look like the bike that I had in my garage.
So I stripped off all that unnecessary stuff and it's half the size it used to be. Spent some time trying to describe to Kai exactly where I'm going with this project, and unfortunately, I'm not that sure, so my argument wasn't very convincing. It's gonna be cool.
Not as cool as this one, I hope.
Well, we'll see.
I can't even picture it. I know he can go crazy with stuff, so I don't want him to go wild on my bike. I just sort of need to rein him in a little bit, you know, if I can.
The end result was that I convinced him that none of the crazy over there was gonna come onto his project, so he was okay with that. So if you just tuned in right now, you probably have a big question mark, like, what? Is he just wrapping his motorcycle like a lunch sandwich? The answer is yes. The fiberglass will not float in space. It needs something to lay on. That's all this is. All this gets torn out later. All I'm doing is creating a pile of stuff to lay the fiberglass on. The way I'm laying it up looks like a disaster. A professional would not go about it this way, but I take my inspiration from Ed Roth. This is the way Ed Roth did it with his cars. He didn't do it with foil, he did it with plaster. He roughed out a big blob of something, and then he refined it repeatedly with fiberglass. And that's really where I got this idea from. No fiberglass for dogs. Beat it. You won't even wear safety glasses. How am I gonna let you near this stuff? So this will be a first layer, and the next ones will be put on a little bit more precise. It's a pretty rough looking setup. But if you look at the exterior surface of this, it'll just get more and more refined. The whole idea with this is that it is a sculpture, so just like you start off with a big, ugly piece of marble, you end up with a thing in a museum. This is the same thing. This is raw potential. So I'm in the heat of the moment, you know, I'm getting down. This is like arts and crafts hour. And Kai shows up on the shining steed. And I'm like, wow. I'm there working on this junky old bike, and he pulls in like Mr. Rockstar.
Hey, hey.
Say, that's a nice bike.
You like?
Yeah.
I have this Harley Heritage Softail because I do a lot of test rides for Rhode Iron magazine. And so I get a new bike pretty much every month, a different bike, that I then have to ride and photograph for the magazine.
That thing is clean. That's like a pearl white paint, too. That thing's nice.
Yeah. So, what the hell is this, man?
It's arts and crafts hour.
This is,
You never saw somebody make a motorcycle out of aluminum foil and fiberglass?
This looks like it's from another planet or something.
When Kai came in, you know, the bike was kind of half finished, right? I got stopped by his arrival, so it just looked terrible. It's like as if you dropped something right in the middle of the process.
I looked at the Kawasaki and I didn't recognize it. It looked worse than it did before.
The hard thing to understand if you don't really see the process I go through regularly is that it gets pretty loose. So it always looks worse before it looks better, and it's starting to get bad. You can see that I'm pretty proficient at this, so if you want to put some kind of a headset or even a little extra action. In fact, if you want a blob on your handlebars.
I think not.
Kai's giving me the eye, you know, the stink eye, checking out my machine. So I just say, let's put it on the side and we'll get back on your project, nice and comfortable. Kai brought in a headlight and a few other things that were missing for this project. But before we start on the cosmetic stuff, there's a bunch of issues with the front forks we need to deal with. The problem with the fork was somebody didn't tighten it right, so the internal parts came apart. In the end, Kai got all the shots he needs. I get the seat welded in. And I want to lift this off the table, put the rear tire on, and have Kai sit on it. That's really what I was hoping to accomplish. It's way too heavy for two guys to lift. So I'm gonna come up with a special armature apparatus thing, you know, it's what us professionals do.
Well, then he has his forklift coming in, and I'm thinking, what the heck is he thinking? I mean, a forklift's a bit dramatic for a little bike, you know.
Kai was, I think, awestruck by my rigging potential.
And this is gonna hold? Ian has some very strange ideas sometimes, and that was one of the stranger ones, I think. I mean, he's using these tie downs to wrap this thing every which way, and I'm thinking this thing's gonna just drop to the ground.
So what I'm gonna ask you to do, sir,
Okay.
man the forklift. Hop in
Hop in.
when it's in neutral.
Now, you know I've never driven anything like this before in my life.
You don't have to. All
Okay,
you have to
good.
do is pull this one when I say. And if I say push it, push it. You're just gonna see how it balances. Pull it. Give it a little gas. Once the thing picks up, you can tell it's gonna hold. We're not driving around too far. I'm just gonna move the table, drop it on the floor. See that, man? You're a natural.
Boy, this is fun. I could be a professional forklift driver. As usual, Ian knows what he's doing. He's done this before. Hot diggity dog, look at that. Wow. To me, the most exciting moment at that point was to be able to actually see it on the ground. I was speechless for a few minutes there, you know. After all these many years, it's like, yeah, this is right. This is just the way it should be. Perfect, man. This is awesome.
I think the thing that Kai liked most about it was that it was comfortable.
Well, once you sit on it, the saddle is very, very comfortable. You know, it's just the way it's supposed to be. I can't wait to ride this thing. Feels good. It feels like I belong on this bike. Huh, this is pretty damn cool.
It's gonna be all right.
Yep, I think so.
You know, I'd say it's a close runner-up to the motorcycle that I'm building.
I'm still not 100% sure which way he's going. I see the fiberglass sort of like dripping off the damn thing, and he can probably work wonders with a Kawasaki, but it's a Kawasaki, you know? It's not meant to look great. And, you know, there's only so much you can do, even Ian. I have seen nicer bikes, though, in my life. I can't say I've seen uglier ones.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
After Kai kind of tore into my bike, it got me really motivated to make some progress on it. I need to smooth out this fiberglass, get onto the body filler, make a smooth, streamlined body panel for this thing. I got the shape of my bike refined. I figure since Kai's such a naysayer, I'll have him come over and check it out.
Hey, Ian.
Hey, man, what's happening?
What are you doing? Whoa, dude.
Hellhound, take it easy. Doing busy work, man.
Brought you a little present here, a little chain pie.
Kai comes in with some parts for his bike, and he walks right past my bike like he doesn't even notice it. Perfect fit. Cool, so I can get all these bolts, and I'll bolt all this stuff up together.
All right.
But I'm busy on something right now.
What are you doing?
Another mad scientist experiment. So you remember my Sigmund Sea Monster rear fender? That changed a little bit.
Looks nice, man.
Yeah.
Wow, this is smooth. I took a look at the Kawasaki, and I was actually really surprised at what he'd done. Man, this is
It's getting close.
nice. I said a few harsh things. Maybe that's what sort of got him to try to work harder on the Kawasaki. I guess whatever I said, it worked, because I didn't expect that at all. I really didn't.
I think Kai is finally beginning to see the light, if you will, because he didn't know where I was heading. You know, it's hard to establish what someone's plan is by looking at a lump of fiberglass. So now it does have a look. It looks like a motorcycle, and I think he's starting to respond.
To the point. Pretty crazy, man. Works. All right.
Look at that, man. That looks like a racing motorcycle.
I gotta tell you, man, this looks pretty damn good.
Kai was kind of turned the corner on this. All of a sudden, he could see that I'm serious. I got a plan.
Yeah, it's starting to look like something, man. I can see that he's turning it into a cafe racer, and I get the whole idea now, and I think I'm actually really looking forward to seeing him finish this thing, because now I know he's gonna make something really cool out of it.
Now that he's seen my creative process, I figure we'll switch gears and get creative on his bike. The rear fender's critical to the overall look. You had this fender, and it's a front fender, and I know you only want to run a rear, and the issue is that it's too wide for this.
Yeah.
I got this fender from my friend Gary,
Okay.
and this is a rear fender from, I don't know what year, 80s, some kind of shovel head or whatever, but just old stock, never been used. Just gives it a little more room, you know?
Size-wise, it's ideal, but it wraps around too much, so we don't want that. We want to have a better look to it.
Just tell me what you're thinking proportion-wise, and then
Okay.
I'll just trim it to fit and make some brackets. Should be pretty easy.
The whole idea was to cut it and to figure out how short it should be, and he just says, all right, here, you do it. I mean, it's kind of like it's your problem.
It's all you.
It's all me. The look of the bike could be ruined if it's a little too short, if it's too long. Adding weight to the importance of this whole thing is the fact that it's the only fender on there. There's no front fender, you know? So if you're gonna have a fender, one fender, make it right. You know, it's gotta fit perfectly. He made it my decision, and that's okay because it's my bike. It should be my decision, and so I think I got it to where I wanted, and I think it'll look great.
Yeah, I like that.
The last thing to finish it off was to make some mounting hardware.
The rear part of the fender sort of hung over it, and Ian then had the idea, what if we moved the whole support system back a little bit and line it up with the end of the fender? Once I thought about that, it was like, yeah, that's perfect. That's what we got to do. Cool. I love it, man. This is awesome.
It's getting close.
Yes, sir. Aesthetics is a big part of this whole thing. This is why you customize bikes. I'm totally excited about it because I can see it's becoming more and more of a bike.
These bikes are almost done. A few more things, and we're ready to ride them. I set this whole thing up to be ready to run today, so I just pulled off all the parts I was mocking up, getting into my little visualization, put on Kai's proper exhaust. I know that all the electrical stuff's in order. I'm hooking up the battery, and now the big question, does Kai want to do it? Let's fire it up.
Let's fire it up just like that.
You ready to rock?
Primed and everything?
Yeah. Do you want to start this, or do you want me to? It's your call.
I'll start her up. You're talking 20-some years, you know, since the last time, so there was no way I was going to let him do it. I'm nervous.
Kai is all worked up. Remember, this engine was sitting in a corner of his garage for almost 20 years. He's been staring at it, and now he's looking at it, and it's in a motorcycle with everything hooked up. It's showtime.
This is like the moment of truth.
I saw us fire.
All right. And it actually started up, and that was hellacious. I loved it. That was the moment that I'd been waiting for, really, to see that motor working again and listen to it and hear it fire. And
Hey, it worked.
wow,
That was only the fourth kick.
I was totally stoked. I mean, this is what I've been waiting for, you know? 20 years. This is awesome.
Kai's all charged up. He's feeling confident, and I'm thinking, you know, I know machines. We got to get this thing warmed up. I'm ready to start tuning it, you know? I'm going to turn the timing a little bit and start to get it right, and then all hell breaks loose.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Holy, what do you got?
Nothing.
You got any rags or anything? And all of a sudden, it's like, this whole thing just starts up in flames, you know?
I've lit stuff on fire plenty of times. Something, I'll grab a rag, you know, casually walk around the shop. I turn my head and it's a blazing inferno. This thing's been dumping fuel the whole time it's been running. I whip my shirt off, I'm trying to snuff it. No dice, this thing is hot.
I guess you don't have a fire extinguisher, huh?
I got 3 fire extinguishers right on the wall, and I'm like, I don't want to mess up his bike. I know what these things do, so I'm just hoping it'll go out. And that sucker is flaming. It's 7 feet tall. I gotta use the extinguisher. I puffed it lightly, you know, just a little pop, went right out. Sure thing. In the end, we didn't melt anything really. Some of the insulation on the wires got charred up. It's not the end of the world. We cleaned it up, put some more fuel to it, kicked it over again. And it fired up again. It runs good. It's gonna be good to go.
I'm just glad you remembered you had a fire extinguisher. I was looking around all over the place.
I knew where they were, but I'm just like, I don't want to make a mess. It's only Kai's motorcycle. I don't want to dirty the floor.
Thanks a lot.
Kai wants a simple black bike. It's old as history itself. It's a classic look. You can't go wrong. I got these vintage flats paints. It's a semi-gloss black, single stage, simple to spray, and it looks great. It's hard to dispute the power of a nice black paint job. I'm spraying on this vintage flats on Kai's bike, and I'm starting to think other thoughts about my bike. I was getting carried away with the paint job, just trying it out. I was getting a little disco inferno, you know, just thinking about the flavor. And in the end, I decided I wanted something that was a little bit more fit for the wasteland. You know, just a little more post-apocalyptic, road warrior style bike, and flat black really added to that. The whole deal with this project was the transformation. You saw this kind of very upright police motorcycle, and I just took it all wrong and made it gnarly, a very aggressive machine. I knew what was inside of it, and I just let it out. Kai's bike turned out really cool. We got both bikes out here. They're running good. We're just testing them.
I love the way it looks. I just love the way it looks. It's old school. The general ride itself was exactly what I hoped for. You know, just smooth and has a lot of power. 15, 20 years, this has been in the works, basically. And so took it to Ian, and he got it done, and I'm stoked. Sounds great, man. I love it.
All in all, if I had to pick one, I'm going with the Sportster. It's a little too small for me, but it's just a way cool motorcycle. These Kawasaki's are kind of a dime a dozen. They're super awesome motorcycles, but the class factor, I gotta go with the Harley.
Well, Ian's bike, his Kawasaki, I mean, like I said, I didn't think in the beginning he was gonna do anything with this thing. Ian, as usual, pulls a rabbit out of the hat, or whatever you wanna call it, and I actually got to ride it too. I figured, why not? You know, give it a shot, and I was really pleasantly surprised. It's a cool little bike.
It's part of what I do here is to convert the unwary, the unknowing, the unguided. Just like I did with the trike, Kai came around, doing it the same thing with this Kawasaki. I was trying out these motorcycles just because they were presented. It's not really what I do. I'm ready to get back and build some crazy cool custom cars. My friend Ryan's stopping by, and it sounds like he might have an interesting project. Hey, hey.
Hey, Ian, what's up, man?
You made it out here.
I did.
Welcome to the Wild West, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. How you doing?
Good. I know you got some stuff to show me. What did you bring?
Well, I need some advice. Basically, what I'm trying to do is like a vintage, almost recreation of an early 1900s board track racer.
Okay, yeah, like the first motorcycles when they raced them.
Exactly, when they were slapping engines into bike frames and the thing still had pedals. Cool. This is kind of what I'm after.
Heck yeah, that's right on. Yeah, they were literally, look, there's pedals on that as if it was a bicycle. Yeah, that's cool for sure.
And that's back when Harley and Davidson were still making those things in a shed out in the backyard.
Looking at this picture, it's something I recognize. I've always thought that these board track racers were super cool. Oh, I'm totally feeling you on this. It's like, it's danger on wheels. I'm all about that. Every good project starts with a pile of parts and a dream. So here we go. Oh, this is cool.
We got seats.
That's up the flavor right there.
Disc brakes. This is a pretty sweet steel gas tank.
Yeah. Wow, is this stainless? Because it almost seems like it's stainless.
It might be, yeah.
This is cool. That's the flavor right there.
Motor as well.
Well, that's new school.
Right.
That's no old-fashioned engine.
Fully automatic, 4-stroke. Basically, it's a glorified lawnmower engine.
Sure. This is a really cool collection of parts. I mean, it's definitely a great start. I'm just wondering, you know, where's the catch? What do you got for the frame?
All right, so this is maybe where the problem lies.
Why does every client have a problem? What's going on under here? Well, there's your problem right there.
Nice steel beach cruiser.
For sure.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. There has not been any project that started easy. You know, there's always that one, but except for that moment.
At one point, it was actually motorized. I used to do 50 miles a day on this thing when I was commuting to work in Boston.
Oh, wow. So I get what you're saying. So you had your little toy, and now you want to take it further.
Exactly.
I mean, it's typical hot rod formula. You want to shove the biggest engine into the lightest chassis possible.
Right.
I think we should chuck this on the table. I'll give you some advice. The only way to see what we're working with is to start stacking parts. Let's get everything on the table and see where we're going. Here we are. You can see I've got this frame welded to the table, and now the challenge begins. Let's figure out how to get this engine and that gas tank into a frame that's longer, lower, leaner, meaner, a little more mature. These are the challenges, the aesthetic challenges of custom motorcycle building. Everything's exposed. You know, some bikes will have bodywork on them, but not this one. This is stripped down. So yeah, the frame is your canvas. Typical bicycle has one tube on the bottom. I'm gonna do it motorcycle style. I'm gonna split them like that, right out to the back tire. The whole thing is I want it to look very generic, like you would see one of those motorcycles, you know, without the fancy oval tubes or all the crazy bends. I want it to look very race bike. That'll work for me. The whole issue here is how does it work with the back rim? We're trying to bring a certain flavor or style into a project. You know, it's important to have all the right parts. So Ryan's brought in all the key components. The next step is to fit up this rear rim and see exactly how this frame is going to take place. The whole purpose of this is to line things up and keep it fixed in place while I'm welding. I'm making a jig for everything. I'm getting jiggy with this. Like butter. It's gonna go right down the center line. That's the whole reason for making this jig modular. I could take that tire and move it forward, backwards, side to side, whatever looks right. Did you see me put that tank in before? I didn't. Look, that fits perfectly. Now I'm starting to feel it. I'm putting a lot of weight on the visual aspect of this frame, and you know, looking at the rear angle on the tank, it made me think that that could possibly just transition straight down into where the rear tire is. I like it a lot. No project is complete without a little envisioning. Everything's coming into place. I'm gonna add these two pieces of angle iron simply as a structural element while I'm welding everything up. Just like these down supports to the table, I mean, it's all gonna get taken away, so you basically release the frame from the jig after you're done welding. Setting this lower tube for the frame in place is primarily visual. I know that the engine has a certain shape at the bottom of it, so I really want it to feel kind of like it has like a belly hanging down. I really like the way that this is starting off. The engine was way too big for the other frame, but it's gonna work in here, definitely. I like the wheelbase. I love the way the tank sits in there. My whole plan was doing two at once, so I want to get my bike in the works to at least this stage. It's going to be like dueling bicycles. Well, working on this motorized bicycle project got me thinking about my bicycle. I'm going pedal power, but in a pretty radical fashion. I like the wild stuff, and working on a conservative project only fuels my desire for the crazy. So right here are two of my favorite things in this pile. Might not look like much, but when you open them up, look at that. Now that's a tire. These are dirt track race car tires. Ryan's going skinny and low and conservative. I'm gonna be like the clown on the bike path. Fortunately, I got a pair of them. I know what you're thinking. Those don't look like bicycle tires. Just wait 1 second, my friends. The truth will set you free. Every project needs a little bit of Volkswagen. That's where this dune buggy comes in. These things are gonna be perfect. There it is, full custom bicycle. I think we have everything we need for a perfect starting point. 2 tires, 2 rims, 1 bicycle frame. Here we go. You've heard this whole story about the middle-aged man and the spare tire. Yeah, this is sort of like that, but... Ooh. Look at that. Ooh, wasn't expecting that one. Man. Ladies. Hey, you want entertainment, you got it, right? That was part of my time being a rodeo clown. You know, everybody loves when your pants come down, you're wearing polka dot underwear, etc. There you go. It's all a rehearsal for my next career. See, that's the thing when you know you're a car guy, right? I can never really double dribble or do basketball tricks, but you put a couple car tires in my hand, I'm a natural. You get the point. With Ryan's project, I was challenged by the engine and the gas tank fitting on that frame. And now with this one, I'm challenged by those two tires fitting on this frame. Let's take this thing off the table and take it apart. This is a no hesitation approach. I know exactly what I need from this bike frame. Getting it all out of the way. Nobody get nervous. There's a madness to my method. Look at that, it's a perfect fit. I could see it already. All I have to do is connect the dots. They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Looking at this project, I'm seeing all stars. You know, the practical side of me does see a few potential issues. It looks cool. All I have to do is figure out the rest. Ryan's frame's coming together, and I'm excited to see what he thinks.
Ian.
Hey, hey.
Whoa, check this out,
Got
dude.
you a frame, man.
Yes.
Not quite a bicycle, and it's not quite a motorcycle. It's somewhere in between.
Oh man, this is beautiful. Look at this thing.
The way you described it to me was like a guy would have made it just on a workbench, maybe with a torch and a bunch of lengths of tubing, right?
That's exactly right. It's got that vintage look and that hand-built look. Obviously, you built it by hand.
Right here.
I mean, it shows. Look, this thing is clean, man.
I felt like a single top rail really showed off the tank instead of hiding it.
That's a perfect fit.
You know, I want it to really be prominent, like the jewel on the ring or something. I gotta say, Ryan is very pleased with what he's looking at, and that's a relief for two reasons. Once, because I want to see him get what he wants, and most importantly, you know, I cut apart his bike frame, so there's really no going back on that one. That's pretty much what's happening with your frame at the
Oh,
point.
wow, you really cut that thing up.
Clearly, Ryan has no idea of the transformation awaiting him with his old frame. Well, wait till you see what I'm doing with this. It's gonna change your whole mind about bicycles. Something
Nice.
weird's going on. You know, Ryan's a bit of a bicycle aficionado, and I can't wait to see what he thinks of my take on it. For the front forks on this bike, I'm thinking we could try a little combination, you know, a little old and a little new. Ryan's got these new front forks that are substantially stronger, but I think the style could be improved by using the Springer element of the old fork set and somehow mating them together.
That's the look, man. It's a little bit of the old, the vintage with the new. I even like a lot of the black with the chrome kind of mixed together.
Yeah, that gave the whole front of the bike a ton of character. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 tubes just in the steering components.
Right.
It's definitely not a bicycle anymore. My goal today is to get a full visual mock-up. You know, the last two things to set in place are the handlebars and the seat. And Ryan describing kind of having a vintage logo on the tank, I think it fits it perfectly. I mean, that's what you'd have on a motorcycle, especially a race bike. I don't always sacrifice my tools for the job, but I noticed these pins in the tubing bender, they fit the seat exactly.
Oh,
Here.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
nice.
And then this can mount on a plate anywhere from here to back here. Putting in this last piece of the seat post bracket, the process is exactly how I went through the entire frame. When you see these sheet metal plates fastened to the tube, it really is just a gusset. It reinforces everything, makes it a lot stronger. All of my calculations and considerations have led up to this. Hop on there, see what it do. Let's see how he fits. It looks like it fits you, man. I mean,
It feels
totally.
good. Yeah. I mean, the added length to this thing. And, oh, yeah, that's comfortable right there.
Nice. Get out of the way, let me ride. If I had to pick one though, it's definitely that. It's definitely that.
I mean, that doesn't look cramped at all. You look comfortable. You could probably ride a couple miles like that.
Ryan's bike is looking good, and the circus is about to come to town. My bike concept needs to catch up. First challenge is to set up the front tire to the headset and the frame. Luckily, I've got a plan. And the whole thing with this is I want it as compact as possible. The forks will determine how it steers and how high up off the ground it's gonna be. I've done a little prep work on the rims, and I think that'll really help with my concept. What you have here is a brake drum from a little truck. I started drilling it out because I want it ultra light. That goes right back into place. And that welds on like that. You'll look at motorcycles sometimes and the swing arm for the rear will be only on one side. So you'll see like this tire that appears to not be connected to the vehicle, which I thought was really cool. I mean, that's the challenge with all of my projects, is trying out the unknown, right? And some folks may be wondering what I'm doing this for. I'm wondering also. That's as if the bicycle's rolling. No flex, no trouble, no nothing. So far, so good. You know, this will be the same procedure as Ryan's bike in that I'll attach it to the table and then commence welding. Part of the concept here is the compact design. It's gonna add up to some issues. I wanna make sure there's plenty of room to pedal when I'm cruising this thing, so I always like to take the straightforward approach. In this case, I'm gonna go for the old shoe test. So that is about it right there. Tried and true method. I gave up the steel toe business. I used them all on my cars, so now I'm down to these. That's the great thing about building something for myself. There are no other parameters. It only needs to fit my feet. I've driven weirder things. I'm feeling like I'm on the right track. Now, onto the back wheel. I added a tube to the rear of the frame, so now the wheelbase is fully customizable. This pleases me. Absolute nonsense. With the old soft shoe test, you could see that that's too close. I think if we just pull it back till the shoe falls off. It's a pretty long bicycle, eh? It's quite a bit longer than I was hoping for, but unfortunately, those are the parameters of the frame. Soft shoe technique has proved it. Now it's on to the welding it up final. The design of this frame is built with strength in mind. You can see it's not the most glamorous looking thing, but it is super strong. It's looking ridiculous enough to me. Let's put it on the ground and see what happens. You just get off it and there it is. It's just waiting for you. It's like a trusty steed. I can't take it. That thing is too cool. I gotta ride it now. It needs definitely a seat and some bigger bars. And then, you know, if this thing's working, three-ring circus is open for business. Totally works. I gotta say, this concept is a go. It totally rolls with a person on board. Now we're talking, look at that. That's all you needed. With this being said, if I get this thing to pedal, we are in business. Every aspect of this bike is coming together, except for that issue with the Springer fork alignment. I got the engine in place, but the entire driveline for this motor and pedal assembly came in a kit. So Ryan's gonna handle the assembly. Right now, I just wanna make this thing a roller. This bracket's causing these two to come together like a triangle. I want them out here. The task with modifying this bracket is to stretch it out, make it a little bit taller, and primarily make it look like it was built back in the day. So put a little clamp on it. The whole thing with building parts like this, from the frame to all the other things, is setting up jigs. That way when you weld it, it's held in place. That's a very simple idea. What's not so simple is making sure it maintains the exact same placement as before. So that's the idea with the layout and the clamping. Just depends what kind of mood you're in, you know? Sometimes you'll just wing it, sometimes you'll jig it. My plan here is to just use the stock, leave it oversized, make sure it's super strong, trim it back later. So this spine's gonna go on here, stop it from flexing. It's kind of cool, got like a little Art Deco feel to it, something like a track bike would have. All right, let's grab this and chop it up. That is some hot metal. I gotta get this thing cooled down pronto. Now I'm just gonna trim off all the excess fat and make it look pretty. In trimming this bracket back and finishing it, I'm trying to just kind of bring the element of the frame into these other fabricated parts, so kind of make it look like everything was always that way. So there you have one full custom extended Springer fork thinger. Let's put it together and see if it's gonna work. And that goes on here, and that goes on there, like it's meant to be. I'm really starting to enjoy these bike projects. That's gonna work for me. You know, it's a way easier build than like a full custom car project. You know what I just realized? There's no top triple clamp. Look, there's supposed to be something up there holding the whole thing together. Just when you think you're too cool for school, you muck it all up. You know, Ian, stick to those balloon tire bikes. This Springer thing is way out of your league. So with the front end assembled, it's time to cut out the rear tire jig and get it on the ground. This is high tech. Look at that. Perfect. Ta-da. I know this looks like a simple jig that's just been holding the back tire in place while I build around it, but like a good magic trick, I've been diverting your attention. See, that's what you weren't expecting. The jig became the dropout for the rear tire. Drop her down. This thing rolls and steers, look at that. Seeing the chassis on the ground, everything looks good. You don't really feel the same way when it's sitting up on the table, so putting it on the ground, rolling it around, checking out the motion, pretty darn cool. I call this a roller and a steerer. Oh yeah, I think we're getting somewhere now. Ryan has his own mechanical skills and he's gonna take care of everything after I finish the fabrication. So I've got one more trick up my sleeve, but first I wanna get back to the balloon tire bicycle challenge. You got your pedals up front, your tire out back, but you can see there's no way to make that happen. So I got a shaft. I got sprocket on one side, sprocket on the other. Pedaling chain goes on one side. Power's transferred through this shaft to the other sprocket. It's about a 12-inch offset. Digging through my pile of stuff, I've found some bearings that will help create this offset drive chain that will make this thing pedal. Right now, I'm just at the mock-up stage. You know, this is just to see how things are gonna line up and what it's gonna take to make these chains connect. So by having this plate here and just tack weld it, I'll be able to kind of bend it front to back, and then the adjustment will give it like a, you know, a pitch. I mean, just looking down the barrel, oh man, now he's starting to feel it. Do you understand the concept now? It's called the jack shaft, chain offset. It's a bicycle, man. We've done far more exotic projects than this. This is a good sign. The front chain worked out perfectly. You know, the links lined up on the sprocket. Hopefully the back one works out the same. Just gonna yank this chain. Are you yanking my chain? Yes, I am. Let's roll the bike around and see what happens. The front and rear sprockets seem to be in alignment. Doesn't seem to be any derailing issues. The chain is very tight, but as long as everything's lined up, I'm gonna run it. If my calculations are correct, this thing is a direct drive from the pedal to the tire. This is what I was hoping to see, you know, my brain is spinning. What's gonna go wrong? I don't know. Nothing seems to be going wrong. Roussell's balloon tire bicycle mecca. Balloon tire bikes in every color, as long as you like black. See, this is where the master knows when to pull back. Someone with not quite as much experience would probably get on that thing, stomp on the pedal, and bend it all. I know better. Needs a lot more reinforcement. I got one more idea for Ryan's bike, and then both of these bicycles are ready for showtime. There's no proof like the test ride. We are out in the Wild West, the top secret testing grounds to see exactly what this thing's got. It's definitely got the style. The pedaling is pretty simple. You can see it's geared way down. It's not a high-speed machine. It's just something to putt around and enjoy the desert. The things that I really enjoy most is not so much performance, but style. This thing's kind of a gimmick. Good seating, good handlebar position. I call this one a win. I don't know if Ryan's bike could do this. Full custom reverse motion. Perfect. You roll up and everybody looks at that like, what the heck are you riding? No kickstand needed. You know, all in all, this thing is a, hey, look at me. It's kind of like those show cars I make, right? Does it work? Yes. Is it practical? Probably not. Is it fun? Yes, that's the key. This thing is in the prototype phase. You know, I just sprayed it black so it looks clean, put a bunch of gussets in around the rear end just to keep this big tire stable. My whole theory was, can I put these giant tires on a bicycle and make it function? And the proof's in the pudding, it works. I gotta say, 30 miles on this machine out in the open wilderness, it's just a warm-up. I'm ready to go 30 more. I told Ryan to meet me out here. He said his bike's ready and I'm really excited to check out what's been done to it.
What's up, Ian?
Hey, you found the secret location.
Look at that thing.
Oh,
That's
yeah, look
out
at
of
that thing,
control,
too.
man. Pulling up right away, I noticed this monster truck wheeled, like, bat bike that he's got going on. I mean, this thing's awesome. It's what I imagine Bruce Wayne would roll up to the beach party in.
The big challenge was getting the chain drive around that tire, and it worked out fine. I don't know what Ryan was expecting, but he seemed kind of like pie-eyed, right? His eyes were very wide. He was trying to figure out what the heck this thing was.
That old frame went to good use. You're gonna be the envy of every cyclist on the road.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a departure from what you had going on, but that is what it is. That's its forever home. What the heck's going on with this? You said you got it running.
Oh yeah, check it out.
Walking up on Ryan's bike, I gotta say it's awesome. A vintage board track racer. It's got the look for sure. What does he do to the frame? That looks different. It's brightened up or something.
Yeah, I just gave it a little bit of a steel brush and then a clear coat of Eastwood matte.
Oh, the tank looks good too. This describes perfectly why I handed the tank to Scratch and walked away, because he knows what to do. It's got that perfect vintage flavor. I knew bringing it to him was a sure thing, because he's just got that style, right? That looks old-fashioned.
I love the color schematic he did on it too. It just blends into the rest of the bike perfectly.
I think we nailed it. Sure, it's got modern rims, modern engine, but it's definitely got the flavor. Got the disc brake on there. Those grips are cool too.
A lot of what I did was just bells and whistles. I did rebuild the motor a little bit. I mean, aside from just jewelry, I would say, it's really all Ian and what he did with his frame, and that's really what makes the bike.
It's nothing I would have thought of building, but here we are. Let's ride it. It works. Ryan seems really charged up. Today's the test drive day.
Scratch hooked it up with a brand new Bell helmet.
Nice. Nothing to it but to do it. We're off to the races. I don't want to say you're up against an unfair opponent, but I'm going to race you to the pavement, and then it's all you after that. I know what I'm up against, so I'm giving myself a little lead. I get a 10-bike lead. By the time that thing is started, I should be in position. It's the classic tortoise and the hare scenario. I'm going to leave a little early and get there right on time. I tell you, I could get used to this. Come on, let's go. Damn, kids. But he doesn't have the style like I do. That's all I could say.